everyone, and welcome to the Certified Freaks podcast, where a few film studies graduates review and discuss horror films and most likely disagree. My name is John Barrrowclough, and I'm joined by my fellow hosts, Wren and Nayeem.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the first episode, everyone, of the Certified Freaks podcast. And as this is the first episode, I guess it's only fitting that we introduce ourselves and tell you a bit about us. So I don't know who wants to go first. Nayeem, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Hi, my name's Nayeem. I'm from Suffolk, middle of absolute nowhere.
As mentioned before, I'm Jordan, and I'm from the Leeds area. If you can't tell.
Very ominous.
Yeah.
Wherever they say Late Rose is where he's from.
Shut up.
Hi, I'm Wren. I'm from Shottingham. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all, as mentioned before, again, we are all film studies
mention it a lot.
students.
We worked for that.
Yeah. We spent all those hours in the library.
Film studies, right? What a course. Yeah, we I think, did we only properly become, like, friends in second year, was it?
Yeah.
Well, I think we met in first year, but probably wasn't until sort of the end
End of first year, yeah.
That we really
Nay was
started
the
sort of
glue.
hanging out.
Nay brought everyone together.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know whether to
Social
thank
butterfly.
him or curse him.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
So we all met on our film studies course and just sort of
Good old De Montfort University.
at De Montfort University in Leicester.
Yeah, little town called Leicester.
I do miss that place.
Yeah, I have been thinking about it. Fondly.
Thinking about it.
I have.
Crying
I
into
have.
his pillow and all.
Literally. Well, our last year was ruined, wasn't it? Thanks to
True.
good old COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm
love
sure we don't
COVID.
really have to go into why.
The Rona.
Yep.
Interesting thing, I think we all did dissertations on horror films.
We did.
We did.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
Right.
Yeah, I did mine on the
Losers.
female representation across
Nice.
time
nice.
in horror films.
Yeah, I did mine on transnational adaptations of horror films, specifically looking at the American remakes of Japanese horror films, such as The Ring and The Grudge and other such films.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Wren.
Yeah.
I did mine on zombies.
Zombies.
Did you actually? I didn't know what you did yours on.
I thought you just did it on a bit of
You fucking
everything.
bitch.
Oh yeah, you did narrow it down to zombies.
I
Yeah.
narrowed it. I had to narrow it. It
Right.
was
Yeah.
very broad. And
Your,
then
your first idea was very ambitious, but I
And
think that's why I didn't do very well on mine, because it was too ambitious. I didn't focus it down enough.
I got first on mine, so...
Alright.
Oh yeah, alright.
Alright.
Not to brag.
Alright.
Christ.
Chill out.
Look, I've
Fucking
got it.
hell.
Humble brag. Christ.
It's all I've got.
Jesus.
It's all I've got.
I got 2-1, but thanks to the good old
Good old COVID.
COVID grade bump up.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what happened to me as well.
Take it.
Well, I would have got a
Take it
2-2.
anyway.
I would have got a
fucking take it.
2-2 actually if it weren't for
I'll take it
for
a run.
for COVID. Yeah,
We love you, COVID.
Don't admit that.
does not discredit me as a film studies student. By the way,
No,
my
of course
opinion is still valid.
We're
I did
deciding.
well in other things, not Photoshop.
Like what?
Not the photography.
Not photography and Photoshop.
No, absolutely not. Oh god. Oh god.
Anyway, we're getting off track. Just to give the audience a bit and get to know us a bit more personally, we'll just talk about each our favourite horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sounds
Alright.
good.
Naeem, do you want to go first again? I'm sorry, I keep putting you first.
I mean, I can go first, but my
Yeah.
pick is obviously going to lead into something else.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'll
okay,
Yeah, Jordan.
yeah, okay. I'll go
Yeah.
first, and I'll take the
You go
I'll
first,
I'll
you
take
go
point on this one. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say Nightmare on Elm Street before, but it just seems a bit too mainstream. I'm
God.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with
Normie.
mainstream.
No,
Normie.
there isn't.
Normie,
Um,
normie.
No, instead I'm gonna go for Evil Dead 2. And even though,
Because that's much more obscure.
yeah, well, it is.
Is it?
Like to go for a sequel. Jeez.
Oh, dangerous territory.
No, I think it is. Yeah.
Is it
but
Evil Dead 2
Screw
Electric
Shrek
Boogaloo?
forever. Not forever. After Shrek 2, Evil Dead 2 is a perfect sequel. Apart from the fact that it's a bit confusing because they had to basically rehash the first film because they didn't have the rights to it. So they had to
really?
they had to redo
didn't know
the
that.
first film in like 5 minutes. So basically, it is Evil Dead 1
Jesus.
and 2, and it was very confusing when I first watched it, but after a bit of research,
Yeah, that's.
I understand what
It
happened
does
there.
sound very confusing.
But
Yeah.
like, obviously the first one was like all horror, like, and gore and fun. The second and Army of Darkness, the third in the trilogy, is just basically all-out comedy, and it is hilarious. But I think the second one just has both elements, just fun comedy and silly horror as well. So, and just
the perfect balance, really.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell is absolutely fantastic, and his hand is fantastic as well, because it's a bit of a dick.
Well, after that eloquent and in-depth discussion, I'd like to say that my favourite horror film is the 2007 feminist icon movie, Teeth.
Oh, God.
It's not. No, it isn't.
The Netflix...
Yes, it is!
The Netflix phenomena.
Oh my God.
If you went to secondary school and didn't hear about this film, then you didn't go to an English secondary school.
If you didn't watch this on a sleepover...
Yeah. Oh,
you
God.
guys watch this on a sleepover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of them stay up late, like chug energy drinks and just watch.
No, boys confuse me.
No,
Shut up. You just said Teeth is your favourite horror film. How?
Exactly.
How are we confusing?
I didn't watch it at a sleepover with my bezies. Jeez.
It's one of those films where you tell someone the premise and it's automatically like, right, well, we've got to watch that then.
Yeah, you kind of do.
My other option was The Epic, which is Black Sheep. But
oh, I watched that the other day. It's so funny.
I haven't seen it.
It's actually like very impressive. Like, I'm guessing the budget was like arse, but everything is practical. Apart from a bit of trivia, like a load of sheep like crash this like business meeting in a field, and like a bunch of sheep just run over this hill, and that is the only digital effect in that film. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you have a trivia
it's about zombie sheep. If you wanted to know, no.
And you become a were-sheep if you get bitten by one.
Well, a were-sheep.
Yeah. Or like a sheep human hybrid.
Some sort of sheep demon.
It's like the New Zealand version of Dog Soldiers.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh, Dog Soldiers is brilliant. Fucking love Dog Soldiers.
So Ren, why is Teeth your favourite horror film? I can't believe I'm saying that.
I just think it's, got a lot of feminist undertones. I enjoy the violence. I enjoy the irony. I just think bad bitch. Got enough dicks. What more can you want?
I do think my favourite part about the film is that at the end she like uses her powers for good. Like she becomes some sort of like superhero.
Yeah, like anti-hero, vigilante.
She realises the strength of her femininity. Wow. All told through a story about a vagina with teeth. I think that's just beautiful.
I wonder if that premiered at Cannes. or Leicester horror film.
It's the first mention of Cannes. First mention of Cannes.
Can you imagine just buying the DVD and you just see all the awards it's won at the top?
Just for some background context. Me and Nay didn't go on the uni trip to Cannes, and Jordan did. And
I saw Robert Pattinson.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And Willem Dafoe. I saw The Lighthouse there, the first ever screening of it. Queued up at like 7 in the morning and got up at like 5.
Brilliant.
If anyone listening wants to do a can count, we don't mind. Send it to the email.
A can
count going. We'll take it.
Every time he mentions that he went to Cannes.
I think you two mentioned Cannes more than I do, to be honest, and you use it to ridicule me, even though I haven't mentioned anything about it. apart from The Lighthouse, that is me.
We're not taking that. It's all you, love. So, Nay, what's your favourite film?
I sort of have a couple that I sort of toss and turn over, but I'll go with one, seeing as it's quite topical to what we're going to be doing. So my favourite horror film, I think, is the best horror film of all time, and I would like to be challenged on that. It's Halloween.
Shit.
The original Halloween.
Basic.
The 1978 classic. Basic, or is it just simplistic? And you know what?
Atmospheric.
You know what? When we get to it, because we will be doing Halloween as the first episode.
Aye, we will.
Watching, reviewing, Halloween.
Arguing over.
Just a bit predictable.
Predictable.
But it's necessary. It's necessary.
I have tried to watch the original Halloween multiple times, and I just can't make it through.
But what? And not to go too much into it.
Yeah, we've got to save this for the next episode.
But I am intrigued by that comment. I think it's just because the original Halloween is sort of the originator of the slasher genre. I mean, there was others that did it before. You could say Psycho was the first, or maybe Black Christmas in 1974. But Halloween was really the first slasher film that sort of popularised many of the tropes. And so, looking back on it looking back on it with our eyes for the first time, you might just look at it and think, oh, this is very basic.
I was just going to say, I think it depends as well on like your personal experience with horror, because the first slasher film I ever saw was Scream, so that's my like basis for a slasher film. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess so, but with Scream, that's sort of a lot of it is sort of parodying a lot of what Halloween did. So I guess if you've seen the parody first before actually watching the sort of originators, you might sort of look back on it and think, oh, this is quite boring. But
I think that's the thing with all classic horror films, though, is that that's the general consensus, especially for younger people, is just like, how can you find that scary? Like, for classic horror films anyway, because literally, it's not violent, really, it's not... but I bet back in the day it was, like, you know, the top thing for like teenagers to be scared. Like Blair Witch, people were absolutely terrified of that, but I doubt anyone would really find that scary. Not necessarily bad, but probably not scary. But and it's like what we're exposed to now, like Saw and stuff like that. Horrible.
Yeah, I think with the original Halloween as well, because I've watched it recently. I think a lot of it works on sort of.
But we said no talking.
Well, okay, all right. Save it for the episode.
Yeah, we're gonna say we'll move on from the.
Go on for hours.
Yeah,
true. We
should probably move on from the Halloween talk. We don't want to starve ourselves of content for the next episode.
Well, all I'll say is I'm excited to rewatch it.
Yeah.
With a fresh eye, and then
with the knowledge that you have from our course that definitely expanded our horizons.
Expand our horizons, yeah.
Just as like maybe like a final question for the episode, I've just thought of this now actually.
Don't say that.
Is there a horror that's really scared you, like actually scared you, and you don't really want to revisit it because it scared you so bad? Whether it's recent or when you were younger even.
I think for people like us, like weirdos, certified freaks, if you will, that watch and consume horror like constantly, it's quite hard to find one that's genuinely like unsettles you.
Yeah.
But one I saw recently that genuinely had me on the edge of my seat was Hush. I loved Hush.
It is a very good film. It's something completely new. Yeah. It's just like taking away one of the senses in a horror film. Yeah. It's like, you know.
And it's just done so well, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For a Netflix film. Simple. You know, it's executed really well. Yeah.
It's one of those horror films that just takes a very, very simple premise and sort of runs with it, and it's sometimes what is simple is better. With that film,
you don't want to add too much backstory and just like drown the antagonist or the protagonist in just a load of stuff that you have to consider, and it just limits in where you can go. Getting rid of a sense kind of forces you to experiment with filmmaking as well as cinematography and stuff like that, and themes.
Yeah, so, exactly.
What about you, Nene? What's your horror film that actually scares you?
Well, I was trying to think about this, and I think really one of the only times where I've actually been so scared from a horror film that I've actually not been able to sleep is the opening segment of the film VHS.
Oh.
It sort of takes a bunch of different short horror films and puts them all together. It's the first one. What's it called? It's called Amateur Night, directed by David Bruckner, and it's absolutely horrifying. It just takes it's sort of the premise is a bunch of lads on a night out. One of them's got a sort of head camera, and he takes a girl home.
Oh my god, yes! I was wondering if it was going to be the succubus. Yeah. Oh, that is horrifying. I hate that
take a girl
so
home,
much.
And there's something wrong with this girl, and I don't want to spoil it too much because it is genuinely affecting. And I can't. There's a certain point in that film where I can't watch it. It's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty.
I don't know what it is. It's just something really sort of unearthly and strange and.
So have you seen it, Jordan?
Yeah, a long time ago. But yeah, I think it were on like TV one time, like Film 4 or some shit like that.
And it's the very first segment as well.
Yeah.
And the rest of the film never lives up to that segment.
We should have saved it for last.
Any of the films do. Should have,
I'm
yeah.
I'm going to change my answer now.
This is going to be really shit. to be honest, because like my sisters like kind of forced me to watch it, and it was The Grudge like back in when I was like 6 years old. So I was like, I was six. I was six. So it was 2004, maybe 2005. I watched it, and it was the American remake, the first one. I don't know who directed it, but yeah, scared the bollocks off of me. I could not sleep. It's just, and I still can't watch it to this day. Still can't. No, I refuse to watch it.
I think that's the thing a lot of people get, is that they watch a film as a child, and it wouldn't have necessarily scared them as an adult, because it scared them as a child. They sort of carry that with them.
Yeah. I did watch the most recent Grudge, and that was absolute crap. Oh, waste of an hour and a half.
That was a very bad film.
Yeah, but in terms of like giving a film a fair chance to scare me rather than, I was a vulnerable child. Hereditary was really good. That unsettled me, and I didn't expect it to, but it did. That was a good surprise.
I thought the same.
And I just watched Saint Maud 2-3 days ago. Yeah. I went to the View. I drove to the View just in Watford, and very good film.
Yeah, I've heard
very unsettling. Jesus Christ. I hate religious themed horrors because some of them are good and some of them just like exploit the obvious tropes and stuff like that, but some of them actually do something with it and make it really interesting and quite unsettling. But others are just it's the devil 666. Oh, it's all that and bollocks.
I think something which has sort of become sort of like a marker for a film that I know I'm going to like is if someone like Molly May says it's a bad film.
Oh yeah,
Did you see that?
Neve sent me a tweet. My girlfriend sent me a tweet, and it was influencers versus A24 films, and Jesus, it's so funny.
You had Maura Higgins from Love Island as well.
Saying that Midsummer was crap.
yeah. That's how you know a film is good.
That is a very 100% proof way of knowing whether a film's going to be decent or not. Wren, what did you want to change yours to?
Well, just because we're talking about like unsettling films that scare you in a way that's not like rah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Urge. I don't know who the director is.
Urge.
But one lazy Sunday night, I decided I'm just going to go on Netflix, pick the first horror film I saw. And I came across this beast of a film. It was just absolutely mind-boggling. You sat through the whole thing not knowing what the fuck was going on.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I don't even want to sell it. But it's just something that really unsettled me. Like, I left it feeling really uneasy.
I've just looked it up, and am I right in saying it's the one with Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah.
What is this?
What's it called? Urge.
From 2016.
Oh my god.
Basically, there's they all go to this weird island, and then they go to a party, and then there's some drug that is supposed to be amazing, but then I don't know.
It reminds me of a film that I'll recommend, and I think we should probably do at some point. But I watched one night with my mates at uni because we were looking for horror films to find, and we found a film called Climax. By Gaspar Noé, and that's an experience. Similar sort of thing where a bunch of people
just
at a party
like an artsy mind fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of take some drugs and.
Yeah. Don't they get locked in and shit like that, and then they start tripping bollocks?
So someone spiked the sangria, laced it with this, I think LSD or something, and they sort of go wild.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, so it's on my list.
Fuck's sake.
Right. I think that'll do for the intro episode, everyone. So we will see you next episode, in which we'll be reviewing the original Halloween 1978. Directed by
John Carpenter.
I wanted to say John Carpenter, but I thought, that's like some old Western actor or some shit like that.
No, it is John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. I wasn't sure whether his name was John or not. Some film study student.
Joe Carpenter.
Right? Joe Carpenter. James Carpenter.
With Mike Myers.
We'll see you all in the next episode.
See you next week.
Right?
Yeah, see you next week.
Bye.